Kṛṣṇadāsa Gyananjana Salakaya Sakshurunmilitan Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Karatuse Namaha. Vanchakalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhupya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Reading from Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta Madhya-līlā chapter 12, the cleansing of the Guṇḍicā temple. Jai Śrīla Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī Maharaj Jai Om Vishnupad Śrīla Bhakti Swāmī Prabhupada. Text 107. Since hundreds of men were engaged in bringing water from the lake, there was no place to stand on the banks. Consequently, someone began to draw water from a well. Hundreds of devotees brought water in the pots, and hundreds took empty pots water to fill them up again. With the exception of Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Swarup Damodar, Brahmananda Bharati, and Paramananda Puri, everyone was engaged in filling the water pots and bringing them here. Many of the water pots were broken when people collided with one another, and hundreds of men had to bring new water pots to fill. Some people were filling the pots. Some people were filling the pots and others were washing the rooms, but everyone was engaged in chanting the holy name of Krishna and Hari. One person begged for a water pot by chanting the holy name Krishna, and other delivered a pot while chanting Krishna, Krishna. Whenever anyone had to speak, he did so by uttering the holy name of Krishna. Consequently, the holy name of Krishna became an indication for everyone who wanted something. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was vibrating the holy name of Krishna in ecstatic love, he himself was performing the work of hundreds of men. It appeared as though Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were cleansing and washing with 100 hands. He approached everyone just to teach them how to work. When he saw someone doing nicely, the Lord praised him. But if he saw that someone was not working to his satisfaction, he immediately chastised that person, not bearing him any grudge. The Lord would say, "You have done well. Please teach this to others, so that they may act in the same way." As soon as they heard Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say this, everyone became ashamed. Thus they began to work with great attention. They washed the Jaga Moham area, and then the place where food was kept. All other places were also washed. In this way, the meeting place was washed, the entire yard, the raised sitting places, the kitchen, and every other room.
This is a special pastime of the Lord. This is a special pastime of the Lord. They are cleansing a special temple. So she's talking about the whole cleansing of the
Thus all places around the temple were thoroughly washed within and without. After everything was thoroughly washed, a Vaishnava from Bengal, who was very intelligent and simple, came and poured water on the lotus feet of the Lord. The Gaudiya Vaishnava then took that water and drank it himself. Seeing that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt a little unhappy and was also outwardly angry. Although the Lord was certainly satisfied with him, he became angry externally in order to establish the etiquette of religious principles. The Lord then called for Swarup Damodar and told him, "Just see the behavior of your Bengali Vaishnava. This person from Bengal has washed my feet within the temple of the personality of Godhead. Not only that, but he drank the water himself. I now do not know what my destination is because of this offense. Indeed, your Bengali Vaishnava has greatly implicated me." At this point, Swarup Damodar Gosvāmī caught the Gaudiya Vaishnava by the neck and, giving him a little push, ejected him from the Guṇḍicā Puri temple and made him stay outside. After Swarup Damodar Gosvāmī returned within the temple, he requested Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta to excuse that innocent person. After this incident, Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta was very satisfied. He then asked all the devotees to sit down in 2 lines on both sides. The Lord then personally sat down in the middle and picked up all kinds of straw, grains of sand and dirty things. While Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta was picking up the straws and grains of sand, he said, "I shall gather everyone's collection and I shall ask whoever has collected less than the others to pay a fine of sweet cakes and sweet rice." In this way, all the quarters of the Guṇḍicā temple were completely cleansed and cleared. All quarters were cool and spotless, like one's cleansed and pacified mind. When the water from the different rooms was finally let out through the holes, it appeared as if new rivers were rushing out to meet the waters of the ocean. Outside the gateway of the temple, all the roads were also cleansed, and no one could tell exactly how this was done. Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta also cleansed the Nishinga temple inside and outside. Finally, he rested a few minutes and then began dancing. All around Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, all the devotees performed congregational chanting. The Lord, just like a maddened lion, danced in the middle. As usual, when Caitanya-caritāmṛta danced, there were perspiration, trembling, fading, tears, jubilation and roaring. Indeed, the tears from his eyes washed his body and those before him. In this way, Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta washed the bodies of all the devotees with the tears from his eyes. The tears poured like rains in the month of Shravana. The sky was filled with the great and loud chanting of Sankirtan, and the earth shook from the jumping and dancing of Lord Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta always liked the loud chanting of Swarup Damodar. Therefore, when Swarup Damodar sang, Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta danced and jumped high in jubilation. The Lord thus chanted and danced for some time. Finally, understanding the circumstances, he stopped. Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta then ordered Sri Gopal, the son of Advaita Acharya, to dance. While dancing in ecstatic love, Sri Gopal fainted and fell to the ground unconscious. When Sri Gopal fainted, Advaita Acharya hastily took him upon his lap. Seeing that he was not breathing, he became very agitated. Advaita Acharya and others began to chant the holy name of Lord Nishinga and sprinkle water. The roaring of the chant was so great that it seemed to shake the entire universe. When the boy did not regain consciousness after some time, Advaita Acharya and the other devotees began to cry. Then Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta placed his hand on the chest of Sri Gopal and said loudly, Gopal, stand up. As soon as Gopal heard the voice of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he immediately came to his senses. All the devotees then began to dance, chanting the holy name of Hari. This incident has been described in detail by Vrindavan Das Thakur. Therefore, I have described it only in brief. Okay, we stop here for today. Jai, Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta Madhya-līlā, Chapter 12. The cleansing of the Guṇḍicā temple, Ki Jai. Śrīla Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī Maharaj, Ki Jai. Om Vishnupad Visvavarena Sila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swāmī Prabhupada, Ki Jai. Then we're reading from the Sermons of the Guardian of Devotion, Volume 1. And we continue with Chapter 1, Homeward Journey. It is a homeward journey because it is said when one has the highest ideal, what is most perfect, what is most necessary, what is most wonderful, ideal, I don't know what is that in Spanish?
Ideal.
Ideal?
Ideal,
Yeah.
un ideal.
When someone has the highest ideal, then he has everything. And what is the highest ideal?
In Spanish or English? The highest
Ideal.
highest ideal.
What is the highest ideal given to humanity, to the world? What is the highest ideal in all time and all space?
Krishna Prema.
Love for Krishna, love for God. And that is, we seeing, that is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given in the mood of service, as we know, Radha Dasya. And Radharani, Srimati Radharani, is represented in the form of Gurudev. So that is the highest ideal. We have not a small wealth. The highest ideal is the greatest wealth that we have as a human form, as a human being. The highest ideal. Then eliminating all the lower activities, thinking. Then we get the highest, the most pure, all the time, step by step. This is the highest ideal. Service to Krishna, love for Krishna. And Mahaprabhu has given that. If Mahaprabhu has not given, where would we be? What would we have? We would have only material knowledge, material activities. But Mahaprabhu has given us to this highest idea of living. And that is the homeward journey. We are on the homeward journey. There is home comfort. That can only be with the Lord. We have no alternative but to serve you. This is from Chapter 1. Oh, we are still in the homeward journey. Page 3. To search means to serve. I want to be utilized for His cause. However petty the service may be, nothing is petty when in His connection. So maybe we clean the temple, maybe we clean the toilets. Everything in Krishna consciousness, everything in our service life is so high because it's connected with the Lord. So nothing is small. He need not please me even by giving His darshan in a lightning way. Everything depends on His will. Unconditional offering unto Him shows faith of the highest type. If our offering is conditional, we shall have to remain far from him. So conditional, it means like if we have something like a trading tendency with the Lord. If you give me this, then if I will do this for you, if you give me this. For a devotee of Krishna, that is not. That is unconditional, without any attached desires. Nothing. Condition. Without any condition. We serve the Lord, we love the Lord, because He's the Lord, He's everywhere. He gave us everything. That's why we love, that's why we serve Him. No conditions. I am only to be satisfied with just the chance to serve Him from afar, through some medium or many mediums, not only one. Das anudas sattvam. Servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. I have his connection from afar, and my energy passes through the devotees towards him, towards the center of fulfillment. Whatever my position may be, I want my connection with the greatest fulfillment of the whole world. Everyone is searching for such fulfillment of all their innermost necessities. Sarva dharma parityajam, mam ekam saranam braja. The search for him eliminates all other duties. A true devotee thinks there is no obligation to anyone except one, and he is my Lord Krishna, and his most laudable and greatest servitors are those who are in contact with his greatest agent. Not his direct contact, but contact with the greatest agents of his service will constitute the safer and higher relationship of Ananya Bhajam, exclusive service eliminating all else. No trace of exploitation should be traced in us. We should not run after any type of enjoyment, including even the enjoyment of God association. We must be fully purged of the enjoying spirit. If a trace of enjoyment remains in us, we shall have to remain in one of the planes of this Brahmanda, this universe, such as Bur, Bhuvar, Swar, Marhar, Janar, Tapar, and Satyaloka. So, we are here in the middle planet, Maharloka. And there are 7 planets above this middle planet, and 7 planets under this middle planet. And they are all more purified of ego, the higher we go, until the heavenly planets. Then there's still a little bit of enjoyment left. Ego means enjoyment. Like there's still a little bit of enjoyment left, like I want to be good, I want to be purified, I want to be a good human being. But still, that last drop of purification, like I give everything up for the Lord, whatever my position is. So the heavenly planets, still something of enjoyment there, although in more subtle ways, more fine than here in the middle planet, more gross. And then finer planets, 7 higher, until you transcend this whole material world, and then you go to the spiritual worlds. Like there's Ayodhya, there is Mathura, Goloka, Vrindavan, like that. Vaikunta. Kunta means limitation. That's are the Vaikunta planets, the spiritual planets. Kunta means limitation, and Vaikunta means the unlimited world. We want to be a member of the infinite world. finite only refers to the attempt of our separate interest to measure the infinite, and thereby we conceive of finite. When our ego wants to measure a portion of the infinite, considering this is my kingdom, that is my friend's kingdom, etc., then whatever we see with our separate interest is Maya. What is Maya, Joe? We talk about it. Maya.
The natural world.
The material world.
Yes.
The material world of misunderstanding and misconception. That is the material world.
Illusion. Illusion.
Yeah, based on ego. So the material world, Maya, ego, the world of ego, illusion, that is all this material world. Because the Lord gave us a place to live. If we don't want to serve the Lord, then He gave us this place to experience and to understand that we need another place, because we have inside us, there is a higher substance. So everybody in this material world cannot be completely happy, because inside everybody, in every living entity, there is the soul. And the soul is a substance, a part and particle of the Lord. So nobody can become here happy, ultimately happy, like fulfilled happiness. That can only when the soul gets awakened, when the soul understands its constitutional position, its natural position. So Maya, the world of misunderstanding, the world of misconception. And so the Lord gave us this world. It's already very beautiful, a lot of facilities, a lot of gifts for us to go on the track to go to Him. That is the main purpose of this material world. All material world. All 7 higher planetary systems, all 7 lower, the hellish, more hellish planets going lower than the material world. There's no sunlight. So then it's all for everybody ultimately to go on that track of having a relationship with the Lord. And in the Vedas, in Krishna consciousness, we have the full-fledged God consciousness. It's the highest ideal that's ever given to humanity, to the world. Any additions, any questions?
What is the name of that 7 highest
Planetary systems?
And the lowest planetary systems. Do you remember the name?
Yes, that we just read it.
Bhur,
Bhuvar, Svar, Mahar, Janar, Tapar, and then Satyaloka is the highest. And then the lower planetary system, something like Patalaloka, and you know, like that sort of names. I don't know this, all 7.
Finish in Tala, no?
What do you say?
Patala, I think.
I mean, all the system planetary, or lower system planetary, finish like in Tala, no?
Yeah.
The ending.
The ending,
Yeah. I think so, yeah. I don't know exactly, but it is sometimes, I definitely have experienced, even in this material world, a very hellish situation. Mm-hmm. Maybe all of us have something like that even in this material world, you can be encountered with a very hellish situation, maybe all of us in some small way. So everything is according to our consciousness. So this higher planetary system, if the consciousness gets more refined, more pure, then a higher planet is there. Also, like we have this body of flesh, blood, skin. In higher planetary systems, doesn't have to be this body. Then they have another body, another vehicle to carry that consciousness. I don't know too much about it, but I know what we were talking about, John. Like we see in dreams. When we dream, like we don't experience the body as it is, as when we are awake. So in dreams we have an experience of that's without a body. So if in our consciousness we go to higher planetary systems, that can be without a body. You understand? I don't know, but with the Lord everything is possible. There's so many things that we don't know. Like Śrīla Gurudev says, and like what our gurus know, what Śrīla Govinda Maharaj knows, what Śrīla Guru Maharaj knows, Saraswati Thakur, the whole Rupanui, we would faint. They have so much more knowledge, and Śrīla Govinda Maharaj says, what do we know with our puppy brains? Very small knowledge here. Yeah, is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we stop here. Jai Śrīla Guru Maharaj's Sermons of the Guardian of Devotion, Volume 1, Ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Gurudev Ki Jai.
You want to sing?
Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopal Govinda Ram Srimadhusudana.
Gopal Govinda Ram Srimadhusudana.
Śrīdhari Gopinātha Madana Mohana.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Moha.
Sri
Caitanya-caritāmṛta Sri Advaita Chandra. Kavirāja Sri Vasari Gora Bhakta-līlā.
Jai Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunatha.
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunatha. Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha. Jai Gosai Kori Charanabandha. Yahweh Vijnana.
Padarenu mora panchaga sasavara padarenu Tandera charana se vibhakta sanivasa Tandera charana se janame mor heya vilasha janame mor Jai Chai Gosai jabe braje koila bhaje Jai Gosai jabe Radha Krishna Nitya Madhya-līlā Korila Prakash Radha Krishna Nitya-līlā Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavana Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majai Jamana Shri Guru Vaishnava Shri Guru Vaishnava Padma Koriya Shri Guru Vaishnava Nama Sankirtana Kohe Narotamudasa Kirtana Kohe Narotamudasa Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Nitai Gaura Hare Bol Hare Bol Hare Bol Hare Bol Nitai Gaura Hare Bol Hare Bol Nitai Gaura Hare Bol Hare Bol Hare Bol Nitai Gaura Hare Bol Hare Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Śrīla Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Gosvāmī Maharaj ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Śrīla Bhakti Śrīdhar Dev Gosvāmī Maharaj ki Jai Jai Bhagavan Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Madhya Bhakta ki Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswati ki Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Malondon Chapter ki Jai 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 Sri Tadija Mangalarti ki Jai Jai